Okay, now in this tutorial what we're going to do is start setting up the placement of our targets. So I'm going to select my first target here, bring it out, and we can see that it's setting in a nice layer. We need to make sure that we give it an instance name, and I'm going to call this one target 1 on the instance name. And we also need to start writing down the y-axes on these. So when we bring this target up and down, our target is basically going to be popping up from the bottom and then going back down. We need to know what y-axes are we dealing with. So we need to write those down. So basically just open up Notepad or go through and get out a piece of paper and a pencil and start writing these down. So my target 1, if I look at it, I'm going to start about 780 on the y-axis, and then when I bring that up, what's the ending spot? About 580. So just go ahead and write that number down and make sure you know where that's at. Okay, so I'm going to bring this one back down, and let's go ahead and copy this, hold my Alt key down. I need to change the instance name, call this target number 2. And again, I want to start about 780. And then when we bring this one up, how far does it need to come up? So 610. Okay, so on target number 2, we're going to start about 780 and go to 610. So let's go ahead and bring that back down. And with that, I also need to name my layer. I'm just going to call these targets 1, so that'd be my first target layer. And let's go ahead and lock those, coming down between the mid-ground and the mid-ground 2. Insert a new layer, and I'm going to call this targets 2. And let's go out and just copy one of these. Make sure that we are on our targets 2 layer. Go ahead and paste those in there. And I don't need 2 of them in there, so I just want one sitting over here under my properties. That's going to be my target number 3. And it looks like it's going to come up to about 530. And then we're going to bring this down until, again, it's off the stage. And looking at that, again, about 780. So again, make sure you're writing these numbers down as we go through. So I'm going to lock that layer, come down between my mid-ground and mountains, insert a new one, call this targets 3. And let's go ahead and paste out here again. Again, I only want one to start with, so I'm just going to copy this one. This could become my target number 4. And where do I want it to pop up? I'm going to have it pop up. Oh, let's start over here off of this side. And again, I'm coming out to about 500. And then where does this go down to? Again, probably about 780. So 780 to 500 on my number 4. Okay, and let's click and drag another one out. Again, we'll start about 780. And where is this one going to pop up to? This one pop up to about right in here. Again, I need to change the instance name. That'd be target 5. And let's go to about 525 on this one. And I just have Notepad open, making sure I'm going through writing each one of these down as we go along. So let's go ahead and take that one back down. Okay, now that's probably all that I want popping up and down. Next, I'm going to grab some, and we're going to start taking these from side to side. and that's going to start dealing with the x-axis. So starting with my target number 6, we're going to start at about a -70, and we're going to take this across the stage, making sure that it does not come up too high, all the way across. And how far are we going? I'm going to go to about 860 as we go back and forth. Okay, now we can just use that for all of our different targets. So let's go ahead and copy that one. I'm going to lock that layer, come back up to my target 2 layer. Let's paste this. We know we need to bring it down so it's not floating out here in the air. Okay, and just take this across. And again, we'll probably just start at a -70 and go to 860 on this one. So let's come up to our target 1 layer, and let's paste one inside here. And I need to make sure I set its height to about in there. We'll just have these starting on different sides of the stages as well. So actually this will be my target 8, and if I come back down here, select this one, that should be my target number 7. Make sure we name our instance names properly across here. Now I might go through and create one more that comes between just these two setting out here, my 2 little mountains that are setting there. So create a new layer down here, and let's paste that in. And I can see I would start here at one end, so about 130. This would be my target number 9. So my target number 9 is going to be about 130. And we're going to take that across on the x-axis. So let's go ahead and hide that so we can take a look at it. And bring that across over here. Let's bring our mountains back into play, and it is hidden. So we are setting about 650. Okay, so making sure that you go through the next thing. Also make sure you check your ship so it's going back and forth across the x-axis. Okay, now I'm going to bring this to a close, so make sure you write down all the numbers for the x and y. Make sure that the y are the ones that are popping up from the bottom. The x are going from side to side. Same with the ship. It'll be the x-axis going from side to side. In the next video, we'll go through, clean this up a little bit, maybe give some decorations to our spaceship, have some lights out here, maybe pop a little character in there, and then we need to create the target for the gun by itself. So we'll see you in the next video.